Breastfeeding. It's supposed to be natural, right? But nobody told me how difficult it would be. Hello everyone, my name is Lirisha. In this video, I'm going to share something right from my heart, something very personal to me and something that means a lot to me. This is about my breastfeeding journey. My breastfeeding journey has been a roller coaster and I wanted to open up about it. So in this video, I'll tell you about the good, the bad and about the stuff that nobody tells you about breastfeeding. I hope that by sharing my breastfeeding journey, I can make some of you feel less alone. Okay, heads up, there might be some TMI in this video because breastfeeding is a beautiful journey, but it can also be frustrating, emotional, and even messy. So if you're looking for some raw honesty, you're in the right place. I think this is going to be a long video, so there will be timestamps in my description. So if you want to skip something and want to watch a specific part, you are free to do so. However, I would love it if you'd watch my entire video and share your tips about breastfeeding too. A disclaimer, every baby and everyone's breastfeeding journey is different. So what has worked for me may not work for you, and what has not worked for me may work very well for you. Whether you're breastfeeding, formula feeding or mixed feeding, you're doing amazing, mama. So please remember, at the end of the day, fed is best. So let's talk about how I prepared myself for breastfeeding. So before my delivery, I attended so many seminars, I read a lot of tips, I even watched a lot of videos, and I thought that I knew everything about breastfeeding. I thought I knew the techniques, the latching, and about the positions to hold the baby and everything. So I was actually very mentally prepared for my breastfeeding journey. I also pictured this first latch to be so beautiful and so perfect, and I thought my breastfeeding journey would just be a walk in the park. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out as I planned. So no matter how much I prepared myself for breastfeeding, the reality hit differently. So within the first hour of my delivery, my baby was brought to me for breastfeeding, and they say that's the golden hour and the latch is supposed to be perfect, and the bonding with your baby and the skin to skin contact is going to make everything so much better for breastfeeding. So I still remember my first latch. Oh my god, I thought I was going to pass out. I was hoping for a perfect, beautiful first latch and the breastfeeding bond. But what happened to me was kind of unforgettable because I know that's my first baby, it's my first breastfeeding journey. But the pain was unimaginable. The latch was so painful and I didn't know what to do. In the background, I was thinking, what is happening? Why is this happening? What can I do now? Maybe it will get better in the next few days, or maybe it will get better during the next feeding session. But no, it did not happen for me. Something was wrong with my first latch. I'm just sitting there and I'm in tears and I'm just wondering, what is happening? Why is this happening? What is going wrong? Because I had prepared myself so much for this beautiful journey. So the nurses came in, they assessed the situation and they tried to find out what was wrong. And one of the nurses told me that my baby had a tongue tie, and to add to it, there was a lip tie too. So this was one of the reasons why I had a very painful latch. And on top of that, I also had flat nipples. So nobody in the seminars or anywhere mentioned about flat nipples, even though I had an idea about it. But I didn't think so much about it because I thought once I start breastfeeding, the nipples would start protruding because that is what I was told. And I thought that would not be a big issue at all. But because my baby had a tongue tie and a lip tie, and I also had flat nipples, breastfeeding just became a struggle to me. So this was my first baby, and I got to know that my baby has a tongue tie and it needs to be fixed. This was another stress that was added. She had to go through a surgery in the first 5 days of her birth, and it was really difficult for all of us to see her going through this surgery. And I was told that soon after this procedure, she would be able to breastfeed easily. But it did not happen with me. The thing was that the tongue tie procedure was done in such a hurry, the doctor did not even meet us after the surgery. He did not even tell us what has to be done and what care needs to be taken. So we did not know what to do, and I thought everything would be fine. So actually, after the tongue tie procedure, we are supposed to do some stretching exercises so that the tongue tie does not reattach. And we missed out on that, and the tongue tie reattached again. That was the reason that breastfeeding did not work well for me after the tongue tie procedure. And for my flat nipples, the nurses got me the Medela nipple shields, but the size was 24 and that was not fitting my nipples. So the baby was not able to latch through that again. So all this experience left me so confused and so worried. The nurses even taught me the syringe technique which works as per this picture. This too was very painful for me, and the nipples would go back to its original position in a couple of seconds. So at the hospital, my only solution was to formula feed my baby, and the nurses gave bottles of formula to my baby. And I was trying to breastfeed every 1 hour or every 2 hours, but it was just not happening. I remember crying and asking my husband to get the bottles of formula from the nurses, and he would go out and get the bottles, and we would feed that to my baby. But it hurt me so much. I was feeling so guilty about feeding my baby formula, but my baby looked very content, and it felt that she was looking up to me and telling that, Mama, it's okay, no problem, I'm full. So this is something that gave me hope. So even formula feeding my baby was such a difficult decision for me because I had prepared myself for breastfeeding and I thought I would exclusively feed my baby. The only thing that actually mattered was that my baby has to be fed. So I had no choice. I had to take this decision and formula feed my baby. So this was how I spent my initial 3 days in the hospital, and my milk had not yet come in. So once I got home, I started pumping day and night because I still wanted to breastfeed my baby no matter what, whether directly or through a bottle. I wanted to feed my baby. So I got a pump and I started pumping every 2 hours. And initially there was no milk coming in, it was just colostrum and it was very tiny bit. So we continued with formula. My baby was on mixed feeding and I kept pumping day and night. So I got a manual pump, I got the Hakka, I got an electric pump, I also got the variable breast pumps. So the variable breast pumps were a savior. Actually, I used to even pump sometimes while sleeping using the variable pumps. And the electric pump was the Bella Baby pump and it worked so well for me. Here I would like to tell that for pumping you need to use the right size of flange and you need to know the correct method of pumping. So when I started pumping, I used to just fix the pump on my breast and start expressing, and nothing would come out and I would get frustrated and it would also hurt because the pain was still there. So pumping also was painful, breastfeeding also was painful. And the correct method to pump is, first you need to massage your breast in the pump itself. So there are options in the pump to massage and then express. So when you massage, the breast is stimulated and then the milk starts flowing in. So that's when you need to switch to the express mode. So you need to be careful about that. Don't waste time like me, because if you do it that way, your pumping session will just get done in 15 minutes. And I was just massaging, expressing. I didn't know what I was doing with the pump. I was at least using the pump for 30 minutes each session. So this was also taking a toll on my mental health. So the first month postpartum just went by pumping day and night, getting up at 2 o'clock, getting up at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, pumping and then sleeping again and taking care of the baby, feeding the baby and formula feeding the baby. So when I was tired and was in tears because of this pumping journey, I would also see the bottles of milk getting filled up. So this was the only motivation for me to make my baby happy, and I knew that this little struggle would benefit my baby a lot. So I just kept going. So she was mixed fed in the initial 1 or 2 months, and then once I started pumping and got to know how to pump properly, my milk was enough for her. So she was exclusively on breast milk. So since I had a very painful breastfeeding journey, I was exclusively pumping, and once a week I would try to latch my baby to my breast, and the entire cycle of pain would continue because first of all my nipples were not healed. I had very cracked and painful sore nipples. I was just not able to even imagine getting my baby to my breast. So pumping was the option I only had. And the time I would latch my baby onto my breast, I would use the laid back position because that was the only position where my baby was able to latch onto my flat nipples, and even there was no pain while feeding. The pain would start afterwards, and this was because of her tongue tie. For the pain, I would use the Mom's Co natural nipple butter and the Nip Care ointment. And I also use these nipple healers filled with my breast milk, and these would provide a temporary solution for my pain. So this went on for 3 months where I was exclusively pumping and trying my baby to get to my breast every 1 week, and the cycle of pain would continue. So here comes the good part. After 3 months, the pain reduced. So there was no pain with pumping and there was no pain with breastfeeding as well. I feel my nipples got firm and they could withstand the pain and they were just used to it. So after 3 months, I tried to feed my baby directly and it worked for me. I felt that this was the moment I was waiting for. My nipples healed and my baby was directly able to breastfeed. I could actually enjoy those beautiful moments with my baby that I was waiting for, and it was such a relief. So moms, please try not to give up on your breastfeeding journey. It can get better, but please remember, fed is best. You can either formula feed your baby or breastfeed your baby, just that your baby needs to be fed. So when I say exclusively breastfeeding, there were times that we have given her formula during the week, maybe twice or thrice a week when the milk was not sufficient. So a lot of Facebook groups helped me in my breastfeeding journey. There is a group called as Breastfeeding Support for Indian Mothers. This group encouraged me so much because on this group new moms share their breastfeeding struggles. There are moms who have fed their babies for more than 7 years as well. So listening to their stories and their encouragement stories and even how mothers provide solution to other breastfeeding struggles, this motivated me a lot and cleared so many of my confusions. And this is what kept me going because many moms face this problem of painful nipples and they assured everyone that it would get better. So I just kept going. There was this another Facebook group called as Exclusively Pumping Mamas, which taught me so much about pumping. So if you are an exclusively pumping mom right now, I suggest you join this group because it gives you so many insights about things that you may not even be aware of. And there are so many moms sharing their pumping journey and their pumping routine, which will keep you encouraged and motivated. So here I have a funny story. I was reading about clogged ducts on Facebook and I didn't know what exactly clogged ducts were, but I was feeling that there was some pain in my breast. So I went on Google and I found out all these remedies about hot massage and everything, and I tried all that. And then I noticed these tiny bumps around my areola and I thought these were the culprits and I just squeezed them thinking that these are clogged ducts. And because I squeezed this, it just added to my pain. And the pain was horrible. The pain lasted for so long as well. So guys, please don't try to experiment all of these things on your breast. Even after 6 months, I could feel the pain of squeezing those tiny bumps. So yeah, that was not my brightest moment. So if you have any doubts about what clogged ducts are or what is happening with you, please do consult a lactation consultant. They will be the best to guide you. So like most moms, even I was doubting my supply because I used to feel that baby is never getting enough. But these Facebook groups helped me and motivated me and just told me that your supply is enough. You just have to latch your baby more to your breast. Then it's just about demand and supply. So the more your baby latches onto your breast, the more your supply increases. And just because of these groups, I was able to convince myself that my milk was enough for the baby. Now talking about the foods that help my supply. They say fenugreek helps a lot in increasing your breast milk. But through these groups, I even got to know that fenugreek can even adversely impact your breast milk supply. So before you consume fenugreek, just please ensure how your body is taking it. For me, what helped was dill leaves and mutton. So the day I would have mutton, my breasts would feel so full and it was always like I needed to keep some breast pad in there. So it really helped me a lot. Also, they say that Oreo biscuits have a lot of calories and those help you to increase your supply. There are many cookies as well that increase your breast milk supply, but also note that these will also increase your weight. So please be mindful about that. And drinking water is a must. You must make sure that you're having enough water because your body needs that hydration. So when did my supply regularize? So this was also not very straightforward for me. So after 3 months, my supply regularized. But the thing is, my left breast kept leaking, and around the 6-month point, even that got better. So that was when leaking stopped for me. So if you have very painful nipples, they also suggest to use silver cups. I got to know about these silver cups very late, and I think it was around the 3-month mark, or else I would have got them earlier. So once you use these silver cups, they're supposed to heal the breast and they're supposed to make feeding better. So if you are in the initial month of your pregnancy or in the initial week after giving birth, please do try the silver cups. They are supposed to heal your breasts very quickly and make your breastfeeding journey better. Talking about the biting problem. So a lot of moms face the biting problem as well. Luckily for me, my baby got her first tooth when she was 11 months old and she did not bite me after that. And you know what? I got the silver cups when I saw her first tooth erupt because I was damn sure that I have faced all the challenges of breastfeeding and biting would be another problem. So I got the silver cups and kept them ready. But luckily I did not get to use them because my baby did not bite me. One more thing I would like to mention is that I'm really grateful that I had help and support at home because if I had no help, it would have been really difficult for me to navigate through this journey and even breastfeed my baby exclusively. So I'm very, very thankful to all the help I've received at home. So guys, once my breastfeeding became easier, I would feed my baby everywhere in public. I would not even mind if I don't have a feeding cover on, because that was how much I enjoyed my breastfeeding journey. So my baby is 2.5 years now, and I weaned her off on her second birthday. So if you would like to know my weaning journey, please do let me know in the comments, or maybe I'll have a part 2 of this breastfeeding series. So thank you for watching my video. If you're facing similar challenges, I hope this video has brought you some comfort. For me, I felt that these hard times would never end and I would have to continuously pump for my baby. And also in the initial days, everything can be very overwhelming. And if you're facing these tough times right now, I suggest you to hold on, because it will definitely get better. Remember that everyone's journey is unique. So there is no right way to feed your baby. Whether you're exclusively feeding your baby or formula feeding your baby or giving them a mixed feed, it's okay. You're doing an amazing job. Don't let anyone make you feel any less, because your care and love is what actually matters for your baby. If you found this video helpful and has given you some hope, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Please do let me know if you would like a part 2 on this series, where I share about my weaning journey and about some things that I have missed in this video. So dear mamas, please remember that you're doing your best and you're stronger than you think, and that's more than enough. I'm sending you a lot of love and encouragement. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and stay safe.